Yo, what's up guys, the Insane Game Freak here. This is going to be a very interesting societal discussion, which makes this all the more fun. So today we're going to talk about the concept of negativity. Roll the intro. Just roll it. It's cool, just roll it. Just roll it. So yes, we're doing another societal discussion and it's on the concept of negativity. I wanted to do one on like suicide and depression and anxiety, but I was like, you know what? I feel like negativity will kind of slightly touch on all those, and if you still want, and please leave in the comments if you want to still have the societal discussions about suicide, depression, and anxiety. Also, I would appreciate if you would give this video a thumbs up and let me know that you still like these and you still want more of these, because it inclines me to want to make more of them. Anyways, let's proceed on. So this is I'm gonna use a few different examples, whether they're real life or whether they're YouTube related, to kind of get my point out. Because if anyone's noticed, a lot of the bigger YouTubers, and this may be some of the reasons why some of you guys don't like the bigger YouTubers, always seem kind of fake to you. And part of the reason is because a lot of them always are positive about things. I feel like there's something a lot of people may not notice, but you notice how when you call a person fake, it's usually because they're only stuck in one kind of emotion set and you never really see them have a different range of emotions. That's probably because if you're sticking to one basic emotion, that probably means that you're trying to hide the other ones, or you're trying to guard yourself. Therefore, you don't come off as a real person. You come off as a person who's either extremely guarded or someone who's extremely fake. It doesn't feel like I'm getting to know you better because you're only really showing me like two modes of your side of yourself. And when it comes to negativity and the way society views it, it turns into this thing nowadays where it's like, forget about the negativity, only focus on the positive. And it's gotten to the point in which if you're a realist, not even a pessimist, but if you're a realist, you are viewed as a pessimist and viewed as someone that people don't want around them. I've noticed a lot that when it comes to, you know, if someone has an idea and you notice a flaw in your idea, that they view you as a hater or someone who's just trying to bring them down. Therefore, they just try to disassociate themselves with you. The reason for this is because people think, and because a lot of people promote the idea that because negativity never solves anything, that being positive and, you know, trying to work hard and, you know, trying to accomplish your goals is a better idea than sitting there wallowing in despair. And that is true, but the problem I have is that people view constructive criticism and just looking at it realistically and understanding that when you make these types of risks and when you put in a certain type of effort, that you have a decent chance of the shit not going anywhere near as well as you want it to, and in most cases going even worse. But people don't want to think about that because, you know, the concept of failure scares them. And I understand, you know, life is hard. You don't want to fail at everything you do. You want to feel like you're making some sense of progress. But the problem I have with this overly pushing of positivity is that it's making people very blind and ignorant. And it's also turning a person who's a realist, making them look worse than what they really are. Because as your friend, if I'm pointing out the flaw in your plans and, you know, what you're trying to do, that's not, and people need to understand this, and I know you guys some of you may have run into this situation. That's not to hurt you, that's to help you. It's like if I notice that if you go to this plan, there's a 50 to 60% chance you will bust your ass. I want you to know that so you can at least prepare for it in the future and not come back and backfire on you. The other thing when it comes to this obsession with positivity is, as I said, it's part of the reason why I'll never just do strictly positive things. It also blinds you to the truth. Positivity is a good thing, and people go, well, there's some things you can't change, so why worry about wallow in the thought of it if it's something you can't change and it makes you sad? The thing people don't understand is there's a lot of things in the world that are like that, but it puts you in a very ignorant state, and if anything, you should be at very least knowledgeable about this kind of stuff. See, society tries to push this whole sunshine and rainbows bullshit on you, and, you know, the concept that there's something being wrong turns into conspiracy theorists, and people start thinking you're crazy because you start assuming that everyone's lying to you. But you gotta understand, there's a difference between, you know, 50 and 100. Just because I'm a little bit paranoid doesn't make me this dude who doesn't trust anything. And what bugs the crap out of me is that you have all these people who just keep pushing this nice, beautiful, sunshine, happy mentality. But at the end of the day, all you're really doing is giving them this false sense of confidence. To me, the better confidence that you can gain is confidence knowing that things are bad, knowing it's shitty, knowing that there's a good chance that this isn't going to work, and you know, adapting to the situation to become better and to handle the situation better. But nah, what we want to do is we want to tell them you can do it and everything, and they're just haters. This is the other thing that bugs me. A lot of people, like I have a friend who blocks her comments or moderates her comments because she doesn't want to see any negativity on the video. Which brings up something I've always thought was a ridiculous double standard. How is it that we say that you don't have that we have the right to make these videos and to state our opinions, but then go to the person who wrote a comment that we don't like and say you're not allowed to post this comment because of what? It's like, how do I have the right to make the video and to make my statement, but you don't have the right to respond to it? I mean, granted, I have the right to block and remove it, but I always thought that was a double standard. It's like, if I'm going to talk about how I have the right to do what I want, then you should have the right to do what you want. And I shouldn't block your comment just because I don't like it. Because some people may agree with you and disagree with you. That's the other problem. This push of positivity has come out and kind of blinded you to constructive criticism. So it's like anything that you could have taken as somewhat, it seems like anything nowadays that isn't like 100% positive or isn't obviously positive is construed to be negative, which then comes back and bites you in the ass because now you're blocking everybody and trying to just focus on positive shit, which to me is also, to me, running away from the world in a sense. Life isn't just good. You know, and that's the irony of it all. You have a lot of YouTubers who promote positivity and try not to be negative in their videos on any level. Like, they don't try to talk about topics or nothing. It's like if they do gameplay and reactions and shit, face cam and everything, they will never talk about anything else but that stuff. But I find it funny that when you watch a lot of these YouTubers like Draw My Life videos, they're all in this situation of how life was so hard until they got onto YouTube. And then like the YouTube was kind of like a part of the ladder that raised them up. So it's like they've all experienced lows in their lives, but they refuse to acknowledge these lows or any future lows, you know, unless it actually affects the channel like directly, and they can't really, like, most YouTubers will hide every little thing about themselves, and to me that's a disconnect. It's like you say you love your subscribers, but you can't even be honest with them. If you feel a certain way about a subject, let them know, because you can create a discussion. I know there's a difference between becoming like overly obsessed with debating and arguing with people and being at least open to that discussion. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers have that fake feeling to them because all they do is just kind of stick to that one positive realm of things and refuse to acknowledge anything that might be remotely negative unless it's either trending or it's something or it's a rare occasion for them to do that. Also, I'm the kind of guy who's noticed that there's so many, you know, obviously uplifting videos and positivity going around, and not everybody, you know, not everyone responds to that kind of positivity the same way. Other people look at positivity coming from these individuals as condescending and ridiculous because it just comes off as like a whole bunch of sweet words that don't really mean anything. That's why my style, I don't really think I'll ever change in terms of how I present myself in terms of attitude and opinion. It's because I know that some people just rather you not bullshit them. People feel like they're being lied to when you hear nice things. When you hear nice things, that seems unrealistic because the world isn't 100% nice. You can see a lot of evil. Seeing evil in the world is so easy. It's hard to see nice things. Therefore, it's uncomfortable when someone's overly nice to you. That's why people start getting paranoid. They start questioning a lot of things. They start going, nah, you're fine. You don't have to do all this, because they're just kind of like, this doesn't make any sense. And my thing with the whole concept of positivity is that although it's a good thing, you should have some type of internal balance. You should be able to be positive and negative. If you can't look at something from from the viewpoint of someone who disagrees with you and not understand where they're coming from, you'll never really grow as an individual. You'll just stay in the stuck same mindset. It's like, yeah, you might make more money, you might do certain things better, but you won't ever actually emotionally grow. And people on this site don't respond. Not all of them respond to this fucking everything's gonna be okay, you're an amazing person. Because some people just don't fucking believe in that shit. People are pessimists, people are self-loathing, people are depressed, people have anger issues. They don't want to hear that shit. I'm the type of dude that'll tell you straight up, life, for all intents and purposes, has no real meaning to it. Life's meaning comes pretty much from what you choose to make your life worth. Because realistically, you don't have to give a flying fuck about any of this shit. You can literally go outside and take like an axe or just lay down in the road and kill yourself. And 90% of the time, your death won't even fucking mean anything to anyone. And if it does, you'll get people crying about you for maybe a few months. The problem is a lot of people feel guilt tripped too because of the whole concept of family members then take that, you know, guilt and stress and emotional heartache to them, and it fucks up their life. That's like one of the things I even said previously was that to me a perfect death for me would be a death in which no one gives a shit. Why? Because it means I don't have anything on my conscience about people fucking up their lives. Do you know how many people would be just angry with their significant others who just fucking went and committed suicide just because they died? That would just piss them off. It's like, fuck, why would you do that to yourself? People respect honesty and being real with them a lot more than, you know, this fake bullshit. That's, as I say, that's why you have a huge bottom subsection of YouTubers who just do not fuck with anyone on the top totem pole, because to them it just comes off as a very weird and just not a fun place to be. And I know a lot of people like to be disconnected to the internet, and that's whatever. But all I'm saying is, in terms of this discussion, is that society's become way too... People have taken being positive to this extreme, to the point in which they either don't seem like real human beings anymore, or they just shut out anything that isn't 100% positive or isn't obviously positive. And to me, that's a detriment to us and as a society and as human beings. We don't grow if we can't take in the good and the bad. You don't just grow from the good. The good, if anything, just makes you fucking complacent. The bad at least gives you adversity to challenge and overcome. I'm not saying bad's better than good, but I'm just saying you need one and not just, you need both. You can't just have one or the other. If you have bad, because just being straightly negative means you won't accomplish anything. You'll either just drown in despair, or you'll just stay above water, which is kind of what we do as human beings anyway. We just kind of float on by. We can do the doggy paddle, so we never really feel the need to learn how to swim. We get complacent. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Please leave yours in the comment section below. This has been the Insane Game Freak. Loves the game, play to win. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to entertain you and interest you in more videos. So if you still want those depression, anxiety, and societal discussions, let me know in this comment section below. Thumbs up the video and tell me that you want more of them. Anyways, catch you guys later. Peace off.